So our next case study is, put your hands together for Valter Pontes.
Thank you, Simon.
Good luck, Walter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So my name is Valter Pontes. I'm from Portugal. I'm going to share my journey with you, property journey, and a bit about me. Yeah. So I used to say that I was made in Africa, and my mother persuaded my father to have me in Portugal. So I was born in Portugal by an accident. Then I stayed in Portugal until I was born in Portugal, and I stayed there until I was in the second grade. We moved to an island called Santo Tomé and Príncipe. I know you might never heard about, but it's a very beautiful island, and tiny over there, yeah. So you guys should go for holiday. However, it's a very poor island. So growing up there, I've learned what is not to have food, clean water, things that we take for granted. So, then my mother and father, they got divorced, and my mother did whatever she could to send me back to Portugal. To send my sister, my younger sister, and I back to Portugal. So at age 16, I went back to Portugal. I had to look after my sister, so I did whatever I could to look after her, and was a difficult situation. However, for a stroke of luck, I became a model. I know you think I'm not look like that anymore, but I was a model once, and things was going well. The money was good, so I could look after my sister. But things happen in life, and I ended up losing my sister. Yeah. So when you get to the bottom, you have two choices: or you stay there, or you fight back. And I promised my sister that I will be the best man I can be. And for that, I moved to England. Was kind of starting all over again, doing the menial jobs and. Thank you, Andy. Doing the menial jobs, and I wanted to, so I came to England. I wanted to learn English and get into university. So start learning English, and I got to university. After the first year in uni, I was thinking, okay, so uni. After I've done all of that, uni is not what really I was thinking it was. So in that summer, I started reading books, and I read Property Magic Life. Then sometimes you just know, when you read something like, this is what I have to do. And I knew property was what I have to do. So after I read Property Magic Life, I called the office and I spoke with Sarah, and Sarah said, you can come to Accelerator. The problem was, I had no money. So it was in the summer, and in September, I got my student loan, and I was like, do you know what? I just used the money to pay for the Accelerator. Came to Accelerator, very excited, and in the end of Accelerator, I was just overwhelmed. I didn't understand anything about anything. I was like, okay, this is difficult. However, I've noticed the theme, everyone was talking about motivated sellers, finding properties, and all of that. And then I thought, if I become very good at finding properties, maybe, just maybe, I can come back and add value. So I went back to uni. I called uni and said, look, I want to go to a gap year. I closed myself and I read books. I read books and I did all the courses I could. And I wasn't just reading, I started taking actions. And I started getting good at finding deals. And I started making money. And then the second year, I read even more books. And I started making more money by sourcing deals. Because my objective was, by the time I come to the mastermind, I would have something to add to you guys. And I hope this year I add to each one of you guys. Because that was my objective. So before I started Mastermind, I had 3 goals. I wanted to stop sourcing. Sourcing was good. I was making a lot of money. However, when you source, you are creating wealth for investors rather than creating wealth for yourself. And I remember I sourced a couple of deals to sources, to investors, and then investors, they asked me, what do you have in your name? Like, can I come and see one of your projects? I'm like, no, because was sourcing. So I wanted to stop sourcing and replace that, replace the cash flow with the properties I was planning to buy. So I wanted strategies that have a lot of cash flow. For example, rent-to-rent, purchase lease option, HMOs, and serviced accommodation. But I didn't know in the country where I could get that cash flow. So I collected data throughout the country to find the area. The third was, even though I found the areas, what strategy to do. So I use purchase lease options in London, and when I found the area, before I started Mastermind, I moved to North. Basically, a week before I started Mastermind, I moved to North. So I knew my strategies, and I knew the area. So my strategy was, I would buy HMOs in North, I could add value, and would give me cash flow, and I would do PLOs in London, where I could maximize the cash flow. So I was set, I just started. So this is a deal, is in Leeds. Leeds have an Article 4, so this was in Article 4, and I wanted to change this property to C3 to C4. However, because it's an Article 4, I had to go through planning. Everyone told me, don't go through planning, you won't get it. I wanted to go through planning just to learn the planning, because I'm going to buy commercials, I'm buying commercial now, so I wanted to go through planning. And that gave me a lot of learning. So, when people say don't do it, do the opposite, do it. So this was a 3-bed, 3-bed, I wanted to convert into 4-bed HMO. I purchased for $135,000. The refurbished cost was $60K. Remortgaged to $237,000. The capital left in the deal is $23,400, and the monthly profit is $1,887 with 10% void and all the bills. And the annual cost is $13,000. And the ROI 53,000. Okay, so this is the second deal. So I was doing sourcing, I was stopping, but I have a system that follows up, does all the follow-up automatically, and this deal came back. And this strategy we learn, this knowledge we learn here, we can use to help ourselves, and we can use to help others as well. So this deal in London, I put in the forum, investors didn't want because of the lease. They had a short lease, and it was a 2-bedroom flat in London. The purchase price was $260,000. It was a 3-year lease option, and when the tenants buy extend the lease, the property goes to $360,000. So why did I put a tenants buyer in? He was renting, And now he has a property he can live in with his family. So, you know, when we start doing this, we can help ourselves and we can help others. And to be honest, it's just a great feeling. I got 10K for this deal, but if you do like 3 of these, you know, or if you do 5 of these or 10 of these, and it's not even the money, is you can help others as well, but you know, doing this. This property just got yesterday. So it was my latest purchase. So I can do many things with this property. So it has a garage. I can convert it into one flat under permit development and do 6-bed, and then I go through planning. So yeah, there's so many things I can do. So I purchased for 260,000. The refurbished cost is around 60. The remortgage will be around 360. It depends on what I do. Then will be a bit much more. With voids and very conservative figure will be 2,855. Yearly will give me 34,000. If I change a few things, it will give me a bit more. I will leave 60,000 in the deal, but if I go through planning, I will leave around 30K in this deal. And the ROI, even like that, is already 51%. Okay. So I bought 1.4 million, almost 2 million worth of property this year. And the passive income already with void and everything is around 101,000 a year. Now, I have to thank a lot of people. I have to thank Simon for, creating this environment. Regardless of your background, you can come here and succeed. Alex Siri, we've been up and down. Billy Torres, Maria, Kate, Manish, Annabella, Gina. Sebastian is already in America. And other people I didn't put here. I know I'm going to be in trouble, you guys. So, what is next? I'm going back to uni. Uni just sent me an email. Of course, I'm not going back to uni, but... So I'm going to expand my company to Portugal. Portugal is, I should already start buying in Portugal. Very strong market now. They have kind of buy-to-let now, so I'm expanding now. Consultants, I have big companies, small companies, individuals ask me to help them with their social media. And teaching and consulting is something that I'm very passionate about, and help others, particularly young people. So it's something I will work on. Design, I want my properties to be not just a co-living. I want them to be a home for people. So I'm working with a couple of companies in Portugal, bringing furnitures, just to create something unique. Top tips. Find your gold mine area. Find the area you want to invest as soon as possible. Something that I've noticed, a lot of people, they didn't know where to invest. They spend a lot of time looking for the areas. Find the area. Basically, what I've done is see your goals, and your goals will determine which area to invest. Find your area as soon as possible so you can focus on the daily tasks. Follow-up deals. Most of my deals come from follow-up. I have a system that does automatically, but if you do not have a system, have a concertina file, but have something that you follow up with the deals, because no today is not no ever. So follow up with the deals and have a strong why. Your why will push you when you feel like you don't have strength. So find a strong why and stick to it, because I know wherever my sister is, I know she's proud of me. Thank you, guys.